So I'm gonna show you the preview of this subtopic, which is Middle English literature. And here's the preview.
So the first, we have the English that was used from 1100 1500s, Middle English.
So Middle English language, the vernacular spoken and written in England from about 1100s to about 1500s, and the descendant of the Old English language and the ancestor of modern English. So we have here the Norman conquest of England in 1066 traditionally signifies the beginning of 200 years of the domination of French in English letters. Old English is literary contains political and ecclesiastical documents. The Middle English literature corresponds to the medieval period, and it is divided into four general ages, which is the early period, the 13th century, the 14th century, and the 15th century. To get along, the Norman conquest of England in 1066 traditionally signifies the beginning of 200 years of the domination of French in English letters. French cultural dominance, moreover, was general in Europe at this time. French language and culture replaced English in polite court society and had lasting effects on English culture. After the Norman conquest of England, Low French became the standard language of courts, parliamentary, and society. And the Norman dialects of the ruling classes mixed with the Anglo-Saxon of the people and became Anglo-Norman. And Anglo-Saxon underwent a gradual transition into Middle English. So these are the edges, which is divided into four. The first one is the early period. Poetry is the principal form of literary expression, and several poems in early Middle English are extant and written in Old English. And it is interested on linguistic and persuasive purposes rather than literary. So in the 13th century, continues in the tradition of Anglo-Saxon prose directed toward ordinary people rather than polite society. The Romance, an important consonantal narrative verse form, was introduced in England. 13th century works retain elements of the Anglo-Saxon heroic tradition. The 14th century, the latter portion of the 14th century also saw not only the consolidation of English as a written language and a shift to circular writing. William Canston printed four-fifths of his work in English, which helped standardize the language and expand the vocabulary. The 15th century literary work is the most satiric and combines medieval and Renaissance elements. Morality play probably arose in part of the desire of religious writers to teach the principles of Christianity. The medieval drama and the liturgical plays and mystery plays. So these are the characteristics of Middle English literature. We have the literary writings are in Old English. Middle English requires the constant help of a glossary. Medieval works of literature often center on the infallibility, sadness, change, loss, and death, and the vanity of human grandeur. The greatest poet of the time was Geoffrey Chaucer. Chaucer's The General Prologue to the Canterbury Tales has long been recognized as one of the greatest masterpieces of English literature. So Geoffrey Chaucer is considered as one of the first great English poets. He is the author of such work as The Parliament of Poets, Troilus and Cressida, The Legend Good Woman, and The Canterbury Tales. Humorous and profound, his writings show him to be an acute observer of his time with a deft command of many literary genres. Characteristics in the writing. The first one is growing audience, and next is a panorama of most serious, often melancholic, diverse, folk of many social classes, which is castle, monochrome gray, loyal to the Lord, and Bannier and Town. The next one is the appearance of leisure, despair, courage in defeat. Major theme, agony of the Lord's man, code continued but became chivalric. Next one is social alienation, noble and heroic deeds, agony of alienation, physical hardships for audience, almost exclusively male. And the last is lords and the sovereign lady. So these are the characteristics of writing. So the Canterbury Tales is written in Middle English, which bears a close visual resemblance to the English written and spoken today. In contrast, Old English, the language of Beowulf, for example, can be read only in modern translation or by students of Old English. Other literary works examples are The Legend of Ancient Greece and Rome. Second one is the British Legends of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. These are the literary works of Geoffrey Chaucer.